Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. I am Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Hello.
It's been a while since we've done a podcast. Usually, I always kind of talk about any toy announcements that have been made since our last podcast. I don't think there's been any new classified G.I. Joe stuff announced. I think we hit all of the stuff on our last show that they announced because it was like the night.
Yeah,
The pre-orders are up for the retro line, which we were kind of debating whether or not they were going to continue that, and then apparently that they have,
yeah,
which means Zap, the female Crimson Guard, and I don't remember who the third one.
crazy legs.
Crazy Legs, yes, of course. I pre-ordered the female Crimson Guard, of course, and Crazy Legs.
I pre-ordered Zap, so um, I like the yelling head sculpt that Crazy Legs has. I understand why it's off-putting for most people, but I like it. But I don't need it. Um,
He was definitely one of the ones that I had as a kid. Uh,
I had him when I was a kid, but I was put off by the red and gray when I was a kid, and they still am. I do think the Night Force one fixed it, while at the same time somehow overcompensating for the bright red and gray. But
come
um, if
on.
I'm gonna get a Crazy Legs, I'll go back and get the Night Force one. But
Yeah, because
uh,
they did the Night Force one with the Dragon Hawks or the Dragonfly. So
yeah, yeah, and I've got Ripcord from that set, so at some point I'll get Crazy Legs. I really wish the female Crimson Guard matched. It did. I really wish it matched the first release of the Crimson Guard with the darker red and the black faceplate instead of the retro version that was brighter red with the silver faceplate.
I missed
I
that.
might have ordered one if it matched that one, but if it matched the first Crimson Guard, but I wound up using my retro Crimson Guard because I didn't like the brighter red that didn't match. That it wasn't crimson. It wasn't outright crimson. I used it for custom fodder. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
I,
could skip
I
the female version.
I didn't even notice that the it had the all silver faceplate. Eh, I still like it. I mean, it's a female uh trooper, which I is one of my favorite customs to make. So I picked that up. I don't plan on customizing it at all. Initially, I
Well,
might,
that's because you don't like customizing the classified scale.
yeah,
So
it's a pain in the ass. I still have not finished my um, snake pilot. She's still sitting here. It's going on, I don't know, month and a half that I don't like doing classified scale customs. They take too long for me.
um,
Uh,
I I did pre-order Zap. Um, I didn't pre-order the short fuse and Steeler 2 pack from Target, but that's because I expect they'll actually show up at Target.
yeah.
So because most of the Target exclusives do show up. Um, the not the Cobra Island ones, but the later ones. But I Flash has long since been on my classified wish list, and we know he's got to be in the pipeline. They made his weapons for the Glenda figure from the Dragonfly, so
Yeah.
I just I don't I don't know if they're gonna do a 2 pack with Flash and Grand Slam because they're the last of the two original 13 that are unaccounted for.
That seems
But
logical. Either that or on retro cards would be my guess.
yeah, I expect Grand Slam will probably come with the jump pack. Um,
That would be my third guess is that there will be um a jump like like it came out when we were kids. It'll come with the landing pad, the computer, the jetpack. It'll be a whole thing.
And ideally, it'll be the silver pads because I think even in the vintage line, Hasbro realized that Grand Slam was just too damn close to Flash because
Yeah.
Flash had the orange pads and Grand Slam had the red pads, but they were only a couple shades darker, and he had the black gloves and the black moccasins, where Flash had the brown gloves and moccasins. But they turned right around in 1983 and put the second version of Grand Slam out, and they gave him the silver pads to completely differentiate him from Flash. And
Yeah.
I kind of expect they're going to do that for classified. Um, but um, either way, it's fine. I'll get them. I'll get them both anyways. But the only one of the original 13 that I've outright skipped is Hawk, and that's because I don't need or want the mobile missile system. Um,
Yeah.
so, um, but the I am impressed with what they did with the version one Hawk with that set. But yeah, I don't. Uh, um,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm glad that I don't. Well, I have been reading the comic books since issue 23, so and then immediately, well, not immediately, over the next couple of years, went back and got all of the original issues and had them all in the little digest comic books that came out.
oh yeah,
Uh, that was I am definitely an original 13 fan, but not to the point where I've ever needed to have all of the original 13 figures in any variation, from the Real American Hero figures to um 25th anniversary figures to the classified scale. It's never been, as a completist, it's never been one of those boxes that I've needed to check, which I don't know, kind of seems odd to me, but there it is.
in the various scales, I've gotten all of the original 13 at some point. I started buying the comic packs back in 2004 with the hopes that they would eventually put out all of the original 13. They did not. In the 25th line, they put most of them out and then let the rest of them come out as stragglers in like 7 packs and stuff. And but I did have them all. And if Classified ever puts out Hawk without the mobile missile system on a re-release, I will buy it.
I have to think that they will. It just seems like low-hanging fruit to put that on a retro card and sell it again.
I agree. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
On the Target exclusive front, I have seen something um, recently saying that for the people that missed the Psylocke Thanos set, that they're going to do a re-release of that. I know a lot of people kind of passed on that because nobody wanted the Thanos figure, but the Psylocke's a really nice figure, and there was a very limited release at Target. Not all the Targets got them, and they sold out instantaneously. Whereas the War Machine and Omega Red set that came out at Walmart, you can't swing a dead cat and not hit one of those sets. Uh,
Um, yeah, my Walmart is stacked with the War Machine and the Captain America Venom sets.
yeah,
Uh, and I did go to Walmart the other day, and you know that display of toys that they put out. Well, it took mine a month before they finally put that display out. And last week when I was there, they had restocked because 2 weeks ago when I was there, the only Joe stuff they had um, was was a couple of the retro, like the Cobra Trooper and the Cobra Commander. And then last week I was there, they had restocked the display, so they had Coral and Falcon, which that store never had before. And it had Spirit and Low Light, the Mad Marauders version, which was a Pulse exclusive, but now it's being sold at Walmart and through Amazon. So I expect a lot of the Pulse exclusives at some point will end up being sold through other retailers.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
that
they had heavy duty, they had the Desert Scorpion, which I was really surprised by. They did not have Crystal Ball, and they did not have Ghost Vipers. Where your Walmart, you did find another Ghost Viper.
I did.
Um,
They restocked the wall. I honestly, I don't even check the Walmarts here in Colorado Springs. There's a lot of collectors, GI Joe collectors in town, and there's a lot of scalpers here. So I check the Walmart up in the mountains where I work because that seems to not get picked over. And I, I
yeah, because isn't that where you found Crystal Ball in the first place?
It is.
Um,
Yeah. And I did not check last week because I was just so busy at work I didn't have time to go over there. And I didn't have time to go this set either. I went after I got off duty and stopped, and they they had four Ghost Vipers, and yeah, they had a bunch of heavy duties, they had a bunch of the Desert Scorpions, they had a bunch of the Marauder sets, they had a bunch of Budos. They had a bunch of stingers. It was very well stocked.
ah,
And they
yeah,
did have Crystal Ball and they did have four Ghost Vipers.
ah, yeah, they had Budo here too, which I can't get excited over.
I've
He's
got
a great looking figure
yeah.
with the two sets of armor and the two different head sculpt. Basically, everything about that set is really cool. I don't give a shit. Um,
I didn't have Budo as a kid. I have a Real American Hero one on the card still that I got from a friend of the family a number of years back. The cards beat the shit, but the figure's still on the card. Um, and then I bought a shit ton of the Pursuit of, or the Retaliation Budos for customs. I think I probably have one in my collection. I would assume that I have one in my collection. I would have to double check on that because every time I get one, I customize it for something. Um, so
Samurai Fett. Um,
yeah, I don't have a big inclination for Budo, but I do have. I think the figure is cool because it's. I had been wanting to do a custom with like tactical gear, and they beat me to it. It was pretty far down on my to-do list, and I just never got around to it.
I
Uh,
love what they did with it. I kind of, um, I kind of, I wish that I could get excited over it because it'd be a nice one to have. But I ran into the same problem because now at Walmart the other day, down the normal aisle, I walked down there and I was shocked when I saw Joe's in the box because very rarely do I see new classified Joes there. But they had Footloose, they had Dark Lawn, they had the Frag Viper, and they had Blowtorch. It was the first time I'd seen Footloose. I didn't buy him. I'll go back and get him probably eventually, maybe. Uh, I like Footloose, but I'm not in a hurry for it. Dark Lawn, God damn it, I wish I could get behind Dark Lawn. I just of all of the Iron Grenadiers in the original line, the Ferret, that was the demon driver, right? The Ferret. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like Ferret and I didn't like Dark Lawn. They were the only two Iron Grenadiers that I just didn't get excited about. And even though the Dark Lawn classified version has a lot of upgrades and they darkened some of the paint, I just don't care. Um
Again, either I've looked at the figure. I've like it looks way better than that than the original one. I don't think I have Darklon in my collection. I have most of the like unique individual Cobra and Iron Grenadier figures, but I don't think I have Darklon in my like the Real American Hero Darklon. And every time I've looked at the figure, I can't make myself buy it. I do have Budo sitting in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store though. So
uh um Yeah, I've got um oh, that's right. They actually had the battle armor Cobra Commander too, which I I like the figure, but I just can't bring myself to buy it. Mostly because Cobra Commander. I mean, while that is one of my favorite versions of Cobra Commander from the original line, it's also just Cobra Commander. I classify the first classified Cobra Commander. I customized mine to improve him. I don't feel any particularly need to buy any other Cobra Commanders, although I really like that one because I like the snake, uh, the that they put the snake like eyes, and I love that he comes with the iguana serpentor. That's phenomenal. But I just
I
when it
really
comes to
I
classified, the more they put out, the more I have to pick and choose, which is a good thing to have because honestly, fuck, they put out some really good toys.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but um, I do need to go back and get Leatherneck because I skipped him initially and I said I'll get Leatherneck
When wetsuit
when
comes
they
out.
finally announced Wetsuit. And then they announced Wetsuit, and now he's due next month from Amazon. They keep moving the date up. Um, so I do need to go back and get Leatherneck because I can't have one without the other. But um, I I was looking at the in hand pictures of that wave. Sci-fi looks really great.
He
I
does.
just don't. I don't need it.
I do.
I I wish he had the same hairstyle as the version 2 1981 figure, where he had the black hair, but he had the part down the middle. I found that to be kind of iconic. I kind of hope they repaint sci-fi. I'm not actually set against lime green. That's not a problem for it. It's not a problematic color for me. It's fine. In fact, I think it suits sci-fi really well. I'm just kind of hoping for a gray and yellow repaint of it because while I don't need them to do a sculpt accurate version of the 1991 sci-fi, because when I was a kid, that was my favorite sci-fi. I had the green one, but I really liked the second one. I don't need a new sculpt accurate version. I would be fine with just a repaint of green sci-fi in the gray, but that's probably blasphemy for a lot of people. So
I
I'm
it would not interest me in the slightest if they did a repaint or did a resculpt. I have no use for sci-fi version 2, so I could
did you did order sci-fi though, right?
I
Yeah.
did.
So um I yeah, because you're picky with the Joes that you buy. So but you're getting wetsuit and mainframe, I'm guessing.
I was on the fence on mainframe. I think I got off the fence after my Operation Monster Force pre-order came in.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Um the oh, we missed a huh, I just realized we missed a bit of toy news. I think you were working. Pythona went up on November 3rd on the Hasbro site for everybody. And I had it in my cart, but I wound up not getting it because after shipping, it was like $58. And I'm like, you know, I love that I'm able to purchase one. And I'm really glad they made Pythona. I don't $58 need Pythona. I just, well, and it's mostly because I missed Once a Man Cobra Commander. And by missed it, I mean it was fucking impossible to get. So luckily, I wasn't dead set on getting it because there was a lot of hoops to jump through. And then they barely made Nemesis Immortal available, so I missed him too. So not being able to get those and not being particularly keen on army building, uh, that to the point where I'm like, I don't think I even need the Royal Guard. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think I could go without Pythona. Um,
I am gonna
um,
pick I missed all the same ones that you did. I didn't even try on any of them. I am going to pick up a Royal Guard just because I really liked the figure as a kid and I didn't get it because it was in a 3-pack and the I don't remember that three pack being real prevalent where I lived as a kid, and it was more expensive, so I don't think I ever had the money for like three figures at one time. So I never got it, but I really, really wanted that Royal Guard as a kid. And I don't think I'm pretty sure I don't have one in my collection yet. It's on the list of ones to get, but I will pick up the classified version of it at some point in time.
I do like it, and I love that they included like there's an alternate head with this headpiece that looks really cool, and
Yeah.
I love that they gave it a set of wings,
Yeah.
which is like they're like dragonfly wings. They look really cool, and I don't know why it never occurred to me that that the real American Hero version should have been able to fly, but I'm glad that they addressed that with this one. It's a good figure, but I'm like, eh. And then once Globulus comes out, as much as I love Globulus in G.I. Joe the movie, I probably wouldn't end up buying that either. So Python is a phenomenal figure, but it's definitely one of those cases where I'm glad they made it, but I'll just live vicariously through the people who do have the figure.
The deluxe figures are just getting too expensive. The Ghost Viper figures are $60 at my Walmart.
Yeah, because but I mean, at least with the figure sets, they only do that either for the two packs or like they did that with the Ghost Viper because it comes with so much shit that it's like getting a second figure.
Yeah. Well,
But
sort of, because I've got a since since I have a second one, I promised the wolf to my wife. So
well,
and this
that's
so I I I am getting it just for the second figure because the animals are going straight to the wife's zoo at work. So
well, if you happen to decide to part with the second snake head, that plugs into I will take that because I suddenly want to have two snake-headed troopers, but or two snake-headed minions, like shape-shifting, transforming type thing. But I love that figure with every fiber of my being, but I just
I actually have not opened the one I got. Uh,
ah
so I thought we could unbox it on the show today.
yeah, yeah, go for it. I can relive because I got mine 2 weeks ago or whenever it first shipped, and I opened it and I immediately started taking pictures of it and sending it to Brian because, well, one because he was working, and um, I just decided to brag that because he had his Ghost Viper, but it was waiting for him at home. I had to brag that I had.
I didn't get mine for a couple days after you.
Ah, well, but yeah, I immediately started taking pictures. I'm like, God, this fucking figure is awesome.
Yeah.
Um, um, I, you know, as one of the few kids who like Crystal Ball, and now 38 years of being a Crystal Ball fan has really paid off because the classified one's phenomenal. Plus, they gave him his own troopers, which I never thought he needed, but boy, am I glad they did.
Yeah.
I
No,
am curious if we'll see anything beyond the Ghost Vipers, but
too.
it's fine if they don't. But I am curious if they will.
I kind of think that they will. It just seems like there's been enough interest in this figure. I mean, you read the comments and on any social media thing, and they're very divisive. But I think there's definitely a lot of people looking for these figures because they're they're going through Walmart distribution, which means some stores have 50 packs of these things and some haven't gotten any at all. So it's the standard distribution. So there's a bunch of people that really want this figure and they can't get it. And there's a bunch of people that don't want the figure and they're peg warming, which is pretty much the how it goes for most of the exclusives. I think the only exception to that one was the Range Viper, which I never saw at retail.
I was gonna say I never saw that. I only have one because I ordered it from Walmart's website on like the third restock of it or something because I was totally unable to get it the first two times they put it up for pre-order.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I never saw it at retail. I never saw Big Ben at retail. Again, I only have that one
I don't know.
because I
I might-
because I wound up getting it from Pulse when they restocked it. But I never saw them at Walmart. I never saw them available on Walmart's website.
Nah, and it's infuriating. So the other toy announcements, one that I saw today, we don't really touch on Transformers too much. JD and I are both big Transformer fans. We used to get Transformers, but again, just you got to kind of pick and choose what you get because everything's so expensive nowadays. But I noticed I don't plan on picking it up, but it's my favorite type of Transformer, and it's a combiner, and it is the Gestalt of
oh, Predaking.
Predaking. Thank you. Yeah, the Predaking.
Yeah, I think they just put up a reissue of it for it today. That's the only reason it was on. It was at the uh, it was at the front of my mind because yeah, they I saw that and I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. I've never owned one. He's awesome. But um, the
I have
they
most.
did put they are doing they are doing a refresh of one of the Captain Americas that I missed that I might get.
I saw that the 30th anniversary one. I have
Yeah,
most of the parts for a third party one, third party Predaking. Unfortunately, that was while I was contracting, and I whatever time frame those were coming out in, I lost that job at the time, so I couldn't finish that set. So I've got about
um,
three of the five, and
do you remember which ones you have?
it's third.
Just
They all,
curious.
they all have weird names anyway. They don't have the regular names anyway. I,
Well,
I couldn't even tell you what
honestly,
it
I
is.
don't think I could tell you what most of their names are. I
I couldn't.
I'm better with the like most of the combiners, like their full form, the Gestalt. I can name most of those, but the individual robots, I can't name most of them. Um, the wasn't there a rhino and there was a bull and I don't even remember what else there was. Oh, there was an eagle, I
Eagle
think.
and a lion, and I don't remember what I think. I don't remember. It's
We're both Transformers fans, but by no means are we experts on any level.
it looks nice. Um, I was gonna get a price point on it real quick. Hang on a sec here, because it's the full set, which um means you don't have to hunt them down or pre-order.
Yeah, because I think the first time that set was out, uh, that it was out, I think they sold the robots individually. I think the reissue was where they just decided we're going to sell it all as one thing.
Yeah.
Um,
The price is 229.99, which is seems a little bit more expensive than it seems pretty expensive to me. Definitely not something I'm gonna get, but just remembering the different Predacons that have come out, they were bigger Transformers to begin with. So I'm guessing this is probably a pretty big toy, and the price is probably is worth it. I do like the fact that it's coming out all in one set because I am getting the Combaticons set, and I didn't even know that the pre-orders for one of the figures had gone live until the figure had been released and I saw it on Big Bad Toy Store. I'm like, oh wow, Vortex is out, and I didn't even know there was a pre-order for it. So I don't I don't like how they're doing the the combiners this because they're all in different classes. So there's a Voyager class, there's a deluxe class, and then there's the whatever other class. I mean, they're all over the board on these, and
the commander. Well, the reason they're doing it is because of the scale, because they were different scales. Like the chest
Sure.
transformer is
I
he's got to be bigger.
Yeah, I get that if that's one piece that's like the centerpiece is like a Voyager class,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
like
I see what you mean. I didn't realize that some of the limbs and shit were Voyager. That's weird.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
That's
that's been
weird.
across the board. It's been with the Devastator, it's been with the aerial bots. They're all different, not all of them, but they're in like three or four different classes. And it's like, and then the pre-orders were really weird and they weren't announced very well. And
No, and
I would be very frustrated if I was a Transformers collector right now.
I noticed two of the Constructicons are sold in a two pack,
Yeah.
where the other three were all individual, and I only ever saw one of them in the store. I never saw the other two. So, like, if I was buying the Constructicons, I would have been annoyed that maybe I couldn't get them all as a set.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I didn't even know they were coming out until I saw one of them at one of the local comic book stores here in town, and it's like, I, when did this come out? It's so yeah, I'd be very frustrated if I was a Transformers collector right now, and I'm really paying attention to make sure I don't miss any of the pre-orders on the Combaticons because I do not want to miss those. Um, And then the other big toy announcement, I mean, it's not a big announcement, but it kind of is um, for me, is that the Operation Monster Force has announced their um, next wave of figures, and it's going to be called the Dark Directive, and it is a re-release of the translucent red Dracula that was a JoeCon exclusive last year or the year before. Um and it's going to come in a box instead of a bag, which I think is pretty cool. And it's I was going to pass on it, but I saw it came with a really cool accessory where it's a puddle of blood with an arm reaching out holding a sword. I'm like, ooh,
All right, that is fucking cool.
yeah.
Um,
So I'm
like
probably gonna pick that up.
like
Uh,
if that toy looks anything like the image in my head right now, it's pretty ghastly, pretty gross, and really awesome.
yeah, it looks fantastic. The other figures in the wave is a figure called the Red Reaper, which is an homage to the cover of G.I. Joe issue number 43, which is the skeleton with the
Wow,
red cloak holding the M60. So people are like, it looks kind of like the G.I. Joe cover. Yeah, it's supposed
it
to.
sure does.
It's an homage to that. There is a set of two skeletons called Those Who Trespass. It's a two-pack, and it has specific weapons that are made by a specific toy company, so it's a collaboration with them. I don't remember who. And then there is a figure called the Azure Guard, which is a translucent blue skeleton, which looks really pretty cool. Um,
Nice.
that is that is the that's it. So I mean, it's just those, well, five figures, I guess. But it's, one is a two pack. I'm okay with the lower numbers, uh, just because this last pre-order cleaned me out. It was basically two waves at one time.
Yeah, two full waves, and they're not even small waves. They're like six-figure waves.
And then the next there's two more waves of figures that are coming at some point in time, either in this year or first of next year. So it's this is they are absolutely 100% phenomenal figures. I will pick up each and every one of them. I don't think there's anything on the market that can compete with the quality of these things. They are a bit more expensive, but man, once you have one in hand, you know where that extra money went, and I can't say enough about them. So I am looking forward to those particular figures, and of course, anything translucent is going to be an instant buy for me. So the translucent skeleton will be, I'll get that in a heartbeat. I think that was about all of the, yeah, that was all the toy news that I had. Um, the Cyberzoic Kickstarter is fulfilling. I lost the word that I want to use. Yeah, so people are getting their Kickstarters for that. I really wanted to back that one for more than what I did, but having been when that came out, I'd just gotten burned on a few Kickstarters, so I was really, really hesitant. I'm like, this is a very niche kind of thing. It looked really cool. I did back it for a figure, um, and I got that figure yesterday in the mail. Um,
Yeah, that's cool. Um,
and I do have a couple of the other um, figures. There's two female figures, and I have those on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. So um, Argentus, I believe, is the name of this guy. It's very Roadblock-esque kind of character looking thing, character in a armor, and I believe he is supposed to be the Allosaurus pilot. Uh,
ooh, nice.
yeah,
Yeah, because the Cyberzoic stuff, it's basically like
it's kind of like
updated, upgraded Dino Riders, like
Dino Riders on a lower on a in 1/18 scale on a lower scale. Uh, I don't I don't think they could do a Dino. It'd be very expensive to do a Dino Riders in a 1/18 scale.
no, I just mean it's like a spiritual successor to
Yeah,
what Dino Riders was doing. They're really cool looking. Jimbo's been posting pictures of a lot of them, and
uh,
they are really cool. And I love dinosaurs. I grew up a dinosaur kid. I'm a
yes,
dinosaur adult. The Jurassic Park books are my two favorite books in the entire world. I've read and reread most of them. I like the movies, most of them. But the Cyberzoic line, it's awesome, but it is definitely not anything I could even attempt to afford. So no. But
just picked up a couple
fuck,
of.
they're cool looking.
But yeah, so that's my Kickstarter fulfilled. So congratulations to those guys. We didn't have those guys on the show, um, which is kind of odd because we do try and get anybody that's doing any type of Kickstarter on the show if we're able to. And I don't think we got these guys on the show.
I don't think so either. Um,
Or did we? I don't know. I don't.
Maybe you tried, but you couldn't.
Yeah, no. Maybe we might have. I
Yeah.
don't.
No, I was going to say we didn't because I didn't even when you first said that your Cyberzoic thing got fulfilled. I'm like, the what? I had to go look it up, and I'm like, oh, one of the Kickstarter lines that I didn't get into. But
Yeah,
I never had any Dino Riders when I was a kid, but you did, right?
no, I did not. The scales
Oh,
didn't.
okay, so it
It
was
was.
one of those that you two wanted, but yeah, no.
The
Um,
scales were more in line with Mask. So,
oh, were they okay?
uh, so
Um,
I did it. Like I said, I did have some Mask stuff, but it was very limited. Um, if it had been GI Joe scale, I probably would have been a lot more into it, but it didn't match with anything else that I had. Argentus is a Tech Knight. He's the leader, the quiet, mysterious leader of the Tech Knights. Argentus heads the primary defense against Gaia 2's native dragon threat and is a hero among the technologist people. He is the only soldier to be granted silver armor due to his long and reputable service to the Royal Tech Order for over 60 years, an honor normally reserved for royalty. In addition to wielding twin solar sabers and having genetically enhanced abilities, his mount is an Allosaurus, um, whatever the fuck that word is, I don't know, the most formidable animal unit in the elite dragon defense military. So there's a fair bit of world building going on in this that
I was gonna say I like the sound of
yeah.
that.
So I do like the anything where there's a lot of world building is definitely pretty cool. The packaging is phenomenal. Um, I am really enamored with how they're doing double-sided cards because that's how I do my cards. Um, but they've done is they've taken the top card, cut a hole in it for the bubble, so the top card sits on plastic. I'm looking at trying to do something similar to that myself going,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, because
Um,
it's very durable. So if you are a mint in box collector, um, or mint on card collector, these the cards are not flimsy and they will last. Um, Looks like there's a trading card in the back here
nice.
with like a spec sheet. It's taped in there. There we go. So yeah, it looks like okay, that's probably they used Scotch tape on this and it's not a real strong card. So oh, and there's figure stand in there too. I didn't see that it's clear figure stand. Yeah, there's a tech specs card in there. He comes with oh, the figure is really nice. Here we go. Interchangeable head. One, two, three, four. No, sorry, four sets of hands. So he's got fists, pointing finger, a weapons holding hand, and then like an outstretched hand. One hand for each side, uh, and then two swords, and then an interchangeable head. It looks like not a helmet. Yeah, interchangeable.
All of that, most of that's going in the fucking bucket, right?
Yeah, all the hands are going in the bucket. Ooh, um, huh. Yeah, the neck needs to be glued. The glue did not hold on the neck piece.
What the fuck? That's shitty.
Yeah, no, it's in super easy fix. I'll have to heat up the head to get the joint
Nah.
to get it
Still,
snug.
it sucks right out of the package. It has an issue, but
Yeah, it looks like he's got a backpack that comes off that holds the swords. So that's pretty cool. There's the figure.
nice.
Yeah, no, I really like the detail. The sculpting is fantastic. Um, his head just popped off again. I'm not real. Oh, great. And I have no idea where that went. All right. Yeah, I think it just lost its head. There it is.
Luckily, he has a spare.
Yeah, but not the neck. He doesn't have a spare neck.
Ah, well, that would be a drawback. Yeah, I suppose.
Uh, here's a good look at the helmet. The
Now
detail.
that's cool.
Yeah, the helmet looks fantastic. And I'll just pull out the swords. I'm not going to do anything else with this guy on this show until I fix the neck. So uh, here's the swords. So
That's a sword.
yeah,
Interesting.
it's a they call them solar swords. So it's like I guess a lightsaber.
I
It,
was gonna say, yeah, that's what I was thinking before you said it was kind of solar powered lightsaber or something. Yeah.
yeah. So an energy blade of some flavor. I think it looks fantastic. I'm looking forward to getting the two female figure. I think I have one or two of the female figures pre-ordered because I think there's like an armored one and then a less armored one. I don't remember if I pre-ordered both of them or not. I'd have to look, but I would assume that those will be getting filled here pretty soon. Um, because the if when people start getting the Kickstarters, then the retailers are the next ones to get their stuff. So I would assume those probably will be hitting hitting people's pile of loot within the next couple of weeks would be my guess. But congratulations to Creative Beast Studios for getting their Kickstarter funded um, and out to people. I think it's always phenomenal when they're able to when a small group of guys is able to get together and make their dream a reality and put out toys that they want to see out there. I've said it before on the show. I think crowdfunding is the way of the future for s- unique projects like this that are not would not see the light of day any other way. Um, the risk involved, obviously, I think has just due to one or two unscrupulous people. Um, well, one person I think was unscrupulous. Another person I think just bit off more than they could chew and didn't realize it until it was too late. Which was the Airwolf campaign.
Uh, yeah.
Um, I think that guy just had no idea what he was getting into and did not have all of his ducks in a row before he launched the Kickstarter and then just couldn't.
I don't even think he had a short line of ducks in a row.
No,
Um,
I don't even know if he had all the ducks.
no, no, there were definitely some pigeons and um,
That guy, uh, from the social media stuff that I've seen, they were they were ruthless to him. So I kind of feel bad for him, but at the same time,
it was expensive.
yeah, you made some bad decisions on that. So I feel bad that you got in over your head and people treated you like shit, but at the same time, you were not able to deliver on a promise that you made. And yeah,
And a lot of people were out a bunch of money for it.
yeah, including myself because I backed that one. Um, so yeah, congratulations to those guys. I'll be interested to see what they do moving forward. Because usually the Kickstarter is the first step in a business plan that they hope to expand upon. So I know the RoboSkull guys they've got lots of ideas. I know that the Operation Longbow guys, they've got a bunch of stuff planned. They just need to get those Kickstarters out to people and
um,
see that
the
come in.
I want to congratulate the Skeletron guys on getting that race car as a spot like that, like
Oh yeah,
um, yeah, like the
yeah.
real life race car. I don't think it was F1. I don't know anything about the racing world, but
It was
the
a
fact that this sleek ass white race car has the Skeletron logo huge on the hood of this thing is fucking epic.
yeah. I checked
Um,
the guys
like
how because they ran it in a race. I don't know a couple months ago. They said it started at this position and it finished like 5 positions ahead of where they started. So and it didn't crash. So
really,
I think
what
that
more can you hope for?
yeah, exactly. I think that's it wasn't being driven by um like somebody famous. They didn't, obviously it wasn't gonna win the race, but it didn't crash and they finished better than they started. So I mean, yeah, what
And
ask
when
for?
those guys decided, hey, we're gonna make a Robo Skull 2.0, and we're gonna kickstart it, they never imagined seeing that logo in a completely different scale, in a completely different kind of toy line altogether. That's like one of those happenstance things, and I think it's awesome that it came out. And then when when they put up orders for the toy of the race car with the logo on it, I'm like, well, that's fucking cool. They put it in two different
I,
scales.
I missed that.
Yeah, they had it up on their website. There was the 1/24th scale, which they're roughly this big. Um, and then they had the 1/64th scale, which is the little ones. Um, monster trucks are the same way. They're available in the two different scales. So I think I did order the 1/64th version. So whenever that comes out, just because, well, I had to have it. I mean, that's awesome. I love the fact that they, in front of the entire world, that was watching anybody that had an internet, like the Skeletron logo was there. So that's going to bring in like new people to the audience. And anytime now, they should be sending out the 6-inch Kickstarter rewards because I think I have the red. I've got the one red guy and um the Shadow Trooper, Shadow. You know what? I don't even know. But and I've got one of the red guys, and I've got the pilot kit that comes with the two different head sculpts and
I didn't
yeah, some other accessories. So
I didn't pre-order
I
any of the
I
six.
am
Right.
very excited about those. Whenever they send them, I'm very excited about that figure.
I didn't pre-order any of the 6-inch guys. I do plan on getting a 6-inch Skeletron when it comes out because it looks fantastic, but that's about it. Well, I don't know. We'll see when it comes out because
I There
some of
was no way
oh,
I
well,
was going without a 6-inch um, scale Robo Skull pilot, but I don't know. He just looks so cool and he's so posable. And like the photos they posted where he's holding his fist like that, I'm like, man, that might be one of the coolest like action figure poses. I'm
yeah,
very impressed and I'm eagerly awaiting it. I
yeah,
didn't need the Jungle Troopers or anything or the Geyer Trooper, which is awesome.
yeah.
Great tribute to Gary Head. But yeah, I just needed one of the red guys, and I just um, yeah, I'm excited about that, and I really hope that Skeletron's got a long future ahead of it.
Yeah, I do too. Uh, let's see what else. I was gonna do an unboxing for the Ghost Viper since I've got one here, and we didn't do it on the show because JD asked me to do it, and I'm like, dude, I've already opened mine.
um, that's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah, no, luckily he got to me pretty quick last night because I just about opened my um, Kickstarter figure. So it does come with a shit ton of gear. I will give him that. Uh, okay. So
um,
the
do you-
translucent snake, you can kiss that goodbye. That's going. The wife will kidnap that as soon as she's out of town, seeing her and her folks went back to see her brother. So as soon as she's back, she will kidnap that.
yeah, she has a menagerie of animals on her desk at work. Um,
Got the translucent
um,
wolf, which is very
that is so fucking cool. I love it. That is such an incredible reuse of timber that I just I'm
with
very impressed.
head.
It's
So there's a second head for it, a growling head. Yeah, they did a really good job with it. I didn't even realize I it didn't even occur to me that it's just a reissue of Timber because I didn't buy any of the Snake Eyes, so I don't have a Timber. But yeah, I think they did a fantastic job on that. Um,
I did buy one of the snake eyes with timber. I don't remember which one it was. I bought it. I found it discounted, so I bought it. Used snake eyes for fodder and still have timber around.
so we've got the figure, which is mostly just a Cobra Viper, but with the new head sculpt, which looks fantastic. I absolutely love the head sculpt that's on there.
He has tripwires and arms.
And the other head, which has the tampo on it that's very reminiscent of Black Major figures, which I thought was um, kind of an
I
interesting.
love that even that faceplate, but behind the or around the skull is translucent green. I like the amount of translucent plastic that they managed to get into that figure. Plus his yeah, dude, I love that. I was gonna ask which head you displayed the other one with.
The original one, the one that comes on the figure, is the one.
Um, are you gonna display them both ways with that one?
I'm gonna put one of the animal heads on.
Ah, okay.
It's got a pistol. There's a holster on the back. Um, it comes with another little pistol and a translucent cable that goes to the backpack. It's all very reminiscent of the Operation Monster Force stuff, quite honestly. It's very Sleepwalker-ish. I wanted to get a couple of these guys to put with those particular figures. Um, but when I put them side by side, the G.I. Joe figures the quality does not come anywhere near the Operation Monster Force stuff, and they do not look good together. So I think the pack and the gun also are kind of reminiscent of Ghostbusters equipment. So there we go. He does have interchangeable forearms that are translucent, which I think are fantastic. I love that idea. I did switch out one arm on one of my guys that's on the display. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this guy.
One second. Yeah, I decided that the interchangeable hands and the scary ass wolf head needed a permanent body. So it's Daniel LaRusso from Cobra Kai. Yeah, he totally sacrificed. It was a self sacrifice. Basically Johnny kicked his ass, and I was like, all right, Daniel, fuck you. Um, you're being. I made a joke in my head. I'm like, yeah, when Cobra Kai takes a very strange turn all of a sudden.
Comes with a couple of pretty standard classified weapons. They're actually two of my more favorite sculpts that come with classified stuff, so I wasn't too disappointed to see those particular weapons come with these guys. Um, I would hope that Marauder or that since Gridiron did some of the weapons for Operation Monster Force, that they'll have some of that stuff up on their own website, just the weapons themselves, or that there'll be a weapons pack that I can get for these guys. There's a couple of green flame accessories that plug into the gauntlets.
Oh, is that where those go? Because I'm like, wait, what the hell am I supposed to do with those? Because I saw the holes on the gauntlets because I think it reuses the Techno Viper pieces, but it never occurred to me to try to put the flames in there. I pulled them out of the package. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with these?
Yeah.
Ah, well, that makes sense now, and I feel stupid. Um,
Also, there is a flame effect that goes into the weapon that attaches to the backpack.
the front of the flame effect is a skull.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh yeah, look at that. That is
Yeah,
sweet. I didn't
yeah,
notice that.
yeah.
Huh.
It blends in. Those pieces blend very well with the magic accessories, the crystal ball.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. If nothing else, I'm just glad that after 38 years,
And then
Crystal Ball is getting some respect finally. Better late than never, damn it.
Cobra head, and then
Yeah, I love that Cobra head.
a wolf head.
Yeah, I'll take your spare Cobra head if you don't need it.
All right. And
Um
I'm not gonna interchange them right now because it's just kind of a pain in the ass. do that right now. All right, so that's kind of the unboxings that I had planned. There's not been a whole lot of new stuff come out that I've picked up just because the Operation Monster Force was a big chunk of change. So,
I don't. Um, my Punisher should be here tomorrow.
oh, I did get Punisher. That's
Um,
I haven't posted that. I did get the Punisher. The figure's not bad. It's not fantastic. The likeness to John Barenthal is
it's there. I
it's
can
there.
totally see him in it, but I don't think it's as badass looking as it needs to. It's a little bit. Remember the cartoon dog Droopy?
Uh,
It's a little bit. I
it's
don't.
not
He's a little bit sad
uh,
looking, and I don't
the
really
sculpt,
understand why.
and I've this is I keep saying that I've mentioned this on the show before. I've mentioned this on the show before. In this day and age of the 3D designing, you the head makes or breaks a figure for me. And in this day and age of 3D designing, there are so many people that are doing this so much better as a third party than Hasbro is that it's just insane that Hasbro's not even trying to keep up.
I think it might be a case of the Punisher sculpt is really good. Like you can see the likeness to John Bernthal, but it might be the really shitty paint job that Hasbro gave it. Because every once in a while, I'll see repaints of
Yeah,
like MCU heads, and you could tell that holy shit, it was the paint job on the Hasbro figure that was killing it.
yeah.
And like they bring out like the real people
Yes.
in the face sculpts, so it could be a case of that. But um, at least the rest of the figure looks awesome. Um,
The rest of the figure is pretty cool. He comes with a knife, a pistol, and a hatchet. Uh, the there is a sheath for the knife. There is a holster for the pistol. There is not anything to hold the hatchet, and he does not come with any kind of assault rifle of any kind. So
I have
I
a couple of weapons picked out for him, ready to put in his hands when I get him.
so I will probably get him a gridiron gun at some point in time, but it's not real high on my priority list. As much as I
It
would,
is weird that he doesn't come with any. Of course, I never finished watching Daredevil Born Again. It could be he comes with the stuff that he used in those episodes that he appeared in,
yeah, but
but I only saw the first couple episodes and man,
there's promo pictures with him with an assault rifle. So I
okay.
haven't finished watching it either. But to me, you, you don't have the Punisher. I was really looking forward to this figure. I'm a huge John Barenthal fan. I love him in everything that he's ever been in that I've seen, and I was disappointed with it.
I I love him. I love him in everything I've seen him into. And he's great as the Punisher. He's fantastic, but I just even he's not enough to. I watched all the Netflix stuff, but Daredevil Born Again, it's more like, is Daredevil going to come back in the show? Because I've gotten like 5 episodes in, and we haven't seen Daredevil since like episode 1. It's been the Matt Murdock show ever since, and honestly, Charlie Cox is great. Matt Murdock is great. I need more Daredevil in the damn Daredevil show. So
That's I haven't watched it. I as much as I want to see it just to see John Barenthal as the Punisher, I
it's
don't want to sit and watch the Matt Murdock show. And
it's I I it took me forever to finish the Netflix series. I only finally finished the third season a couple of weeks before Born Again came out,
I
and then I
never
wound up waiting a month before I tried to watch Born Again.
I,
So
I made it half an episode into the third season and just like I can't. I can't.
it, it's it's nothing to do with anybody on screen. They're all phenomenal in those roles, but I find the show to
Tedious.
be a bit of a slog to get through, and it just I find it impossible to binge like one episode at a time, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And then it takes me forever to go back and watch an additional episode.
It's my wife points makes an interesting point that like DC cannot make a decent movie, but they are very good at animated series and they're very good at television series. Whereas Marvel makes fantastic, as she calls them, fun movies, but they cannot make a television show to save their life. And they're just now figuring out how to make animated because the What If I think was fantastic.
um,
And I have not watched Marvel Zombies yet. I do plan on watching it, but
I haven't watched it. I
I
didn't finish the second season of What If yet either.
we we
I,
we would sat down. We didn't binge it, but we watched a couple episodes every night until we were done.
um, I did love the episode, the Christmas episode where Happy Hogan accidentally injects himself with the Hulk serum and becomes a like big purple Hulk. That was
Yeah,
awesome. I love, and that episode will be required holiday viewing for me every year.
nice.
But um, yeah, I didn't finish the second season, although I love it because it's mostly the Captain Carter show. I'm all in for that. But I ran into one episode that annoyed me so much that I'm like, all right, I'm taking a break from this and forgot about it. So I should really go back and finish that season.
Yeah,
Um,
it's pretty good. Um, I think I think that's about it.
yeah. I
The
just wanted, I wanted to do an episode just because we haven't done one since I think New York Comic Con right after it when we
Yeah,
talked about the announcement. So I
we
just
are
wanted to, yeah.
kind of the one movie thing that I was going to throw out is they are doing a remake of The Running Man, which most people I don't think realize the is based on a novel by Richard Bachman, which is the pen name for Stephen King. Um, I read the book in high school and obviously watched the movie because it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And growing up in the 80s, uh,
I've never seen the movie and I've never read the book. I didn't even realize until today that there was a new Running Man movie coming out, but I saw a picture of Glenn Powell and Schwarzenegger and somebody else holding up something on Fate, and it was something to do with the new Running Man. And I'm like, I was completely unaware that he became was coming out. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch the original. I don't know.
so Emily, I made Emily sit down with me and we watched the original. And then I bought a digital copy of the book and we both reread the book and then we're gonna go see the movie when it comes out.
All right. So
And
for
the
those of
movie
us who don't know what the fuck the Running Man is about, what is the Running Man about?
So the Running Man is set in a dystopian future where the government has taken over control over everything, which is
Oh, fuck.
yeah,
Nothing like what we're living with right now.
right. And they in the movie they use criminals, but in the book um they just entice poor people to get on these game shows where you die for money. Uh
Ouch.
that's how they control the masses is through social media essentially, which
Ah,
very prophetic since this
yeah, yeah.
early
That's
80s.
extremely prescient right now. So much so that I'm now curious about it, and yet maybe for the same reason I can't get myself to rewatch V for Vendetta right now. It's just gonna feel too prescient.
And
Um,
the original movie did not follow the book
okay.
at
So
all.
was it more of just a Schwarzenegger movie? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
totally.
So
It's a good popcorn flick. Um, Richard Dawson is in it, which was the host of Family Feud back in the 80s. So I mean,
Okay. I knew that name sounded familiar.
yeah, so I mean, he was a household name at the time, and he did a phenomenal job as a villain. I mean, it's like Gene Simmons in Runaway with Tom Selleck. I mean, it's just like what? And it works. And yeah, so um the movie's worth watching. I don't I won't say that it didn't age well. It's one of those that it's clearly from the 80s.
Yeah, it's a product of its time, but
Yeah, it's very uh, stylized violence and quippy one-liners and
it's Schwarzenegger. Without quippy one-liners, it's not Schwarzenegger.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. It's a very
Stick
short.
around. Um,
The book is very good. I mean, it's Stephen King. Stephen King is a phenomenal author. The book is very good. It's completely different than the Schwarzenegger movie. The the movie that's coming out looks like it follows the book very closely. So
okay.
uh, that's why Emily's interested to go with me to see it is because the she really liked the book and the movie looks like it follows the
Ah,
the
that's
book very nice very well and it looks like they did a really good job with it. So we're both looking forward to seeing that. Other than that, I think that's about all I got for this particular episode.
um. You know what? I'm not a big scary movie horror fan. I like horror. I like horror movies, but if I'm trying to pick something to watch, very rarely am I going to pick a horror movie. But there was one I was curious about the other night, and a couple of my favorite reactors on YouTube did a mashup video where two people did to react to this movie Weapons, and I'm like, all right, I had heard a few things about it that it was that it was interesting and disturbing, and I was like, all right, so I watched it the other night. Um, it was creepy as all get out, very strange, totally unpredictable. I mean, in certain ways, it was, but don't watch it if you're squeamish about anything. But pretty good for it's not your standard horror fare. I've never seen a premise quite like it before. It was creepy as all get out. So if you want something scary to watch, maybe check that out.
Um,
I
the only other geek thing that I wanted to mention, and it's like very niche, is there's a new Dan Brown book out, and he's the guy that wrote the Da Vinci Code, which was raised. I mean, that when that book came out, that pissed a lot of people off, and he made no apologies for it, which I thought was
Nor should he have.
no. And then people went back because that was the second book. He People went back and read Angels and Demons and pissed off even more people. Uh, but and then um, they did a third book called Inferno, and Tom Hanks has done those three movies, and they're great movies. They're great books. The new Dan Brown book came out last month, and it's called The Secret of Secrets. Um, it was a little slow getting started, and some of it I had just reread all of the other books, so some of it seemed very formulaic. Um,
Ah,
but
so it doesn't capture the lightning that the because I did read the first three books years ago, but I did read them and they were excellent. I haven't seen any of the Tom Hanks movies, but all three of those books were good. I didn't know he put out a new one though.
and there's a book in between this one and the other one called The Lost Symbol, and
I
that
didn't
is
read
also
that either.
yeah, that book is really good too. But having reread all the other four books and then going straight into the fifth book, it just a lot of it was very formulaic, and I didn't enjoy it like I was hoping I would. But again, it's kind of a niche geek thing, but there it is. Um, and I don't know that they're planning on doing any more of the movies, but there you go. Uh, that's about all I got for this particular episode. So, as always, please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.